What is going on, my people, my friends, my family? Welcome back to another edition of the Pop Off. It's happening. It is Friday, October 11. Maybe you're ahead of the time. Maybe you're in Japan, so it's Saturday, October 12th. I don't know. Maybe you're behind the times and you just don't know what day it is. It doesn't matter because you're here with us and we're doing the damn thing. You know what's up. The Pop Off. We're talking sports. Sometimes entertainment leaks into the sports, and we're just having jokes and fun the whole time. But I could not do this thing by myself. So let's talk about the round table that I got with me. Mr. James Wudi, how are you, sir?
Muted.
Doing great.
There you go.
Just have to say it twice the exact same way. But yes, I'm doing great. So excited to be here talking sports with my guys.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Mr. Genefitzmagic, are you safe? Are you good?
Yeah, my first Florida hurricane and passed through flying colors. No damage, no electric loss. We lost the power for like 45 seconds. That was it.
Wow.
So we're good to go.
Okay. Good to hear. Happy to hear it. And obviously our thoughts and our love and our support goes out to all the people that have been affected by the hurricane, because it was I was watching up here and just like keeping tabs on it. It's bananas. I have family out in Florida as well. They're all good. But yes, our heart goes out to everyone that has been affected down there. And last but certainly not least, Caleeb Pinkett, what is up, sir?
Hey man, listen, I'm just recovering from a bad sexual episode last night, but we'll be all right.
Hey, in case
bad for you or for her?
Yeah, this is also a good therapy session as well.
I don't know. Depends on which side of the fence you're on, buddy.
Wow, TMI.
He's just trying to figure it out. And you know what? We are along for the ride at any point in time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns for Caleeb, please put them in the chat. Also, if you have anything else that you want to talk about, sports related on topic, please throw them in the chat. And this is a really fun time for me. I love my Friday afternoons with my dudes. Of course, we're international, me being the sole Canadian up in the mix. And then my brothers are in the US of A. And so, you know what? Without further ado, let's talk about the US of A by way of my caps. It's the cap special real quick. Let's talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Washington Nationals Washington football team colorway. Yep. Woody's neck just snapped right back. There it is. Look at this. Check that patch out. It's Washington Nationals 62, 2007-ish, maybe 2007. Yep. And you got the flat batterman on the back. You got that maroon color and that yellow. This is one of my, I say this every time on this show, I think one of my favorites. I just love this colorway. This colorway is just out of control. And of course, I'd be remiss. The reason I'm wearing it is because the Washington Commanders, the Washington football team, is absolutely flourishing right now. They're being led by the one and only rookie, Jaden Daniels. Right now, he's no joke and is fantastic to watch. I'm not putting him up there with anybody else right now. I'm just saying right now, he's found his stride. And he's
through the quarter of a season, he's MVP. I mean, he's an MVP candidate outside of Sam Darnold.
I would like to say, yes, I called Sam Darnold. I called the Vikings. And I did also look out for those Commanders as a surprise team this year. I did say that as well.
Yeah,
so
you did.
Okay. All right. Shout out
the
to
one
you.
who's not happy is Bryce. He's like, you got
no.
All these guys.
Shout out to Bryce Young.
Yeah, man. Our thoughts and prayers are also with you, young man. Let's jump into the topics today. A lot of NFL talk. We got a couple miscellaneous topics we want to get to, but for the most part, this is an NFL heavy show because that's kind of what's dominating the news. Let's start off with last night's Thursday Nighter. I said this last week and I said it the week before, and thankfully the trend has been continuing. We have gotten some bangers of Thursday night games. This one ended up with the 49ers 36, Seahawks 24. If you watched this game, it was wild. It looked like the 49ers are going to run away with it. And then out of nowhere, second half, Seattle had some life. They also had the second kickoff return for a touchdown this season with the new rules. It's only been 2 of them. They had the second, and it was fantastic to watch. If you get a chance to watch the replay, it's unreal how my man did it. He got hit. He bounced off dudes. He ran through dudes. Literally every possible scenario could have happened for the 7, and they needed it. But let's talk about that game. Let's recap it up. Wudi, what do you think?
The play that I turned it on, I'm not gonna lie, it was late. It was the fourth quarter when I turned it on. I have DK Metcalf on my fantasy team,
Me
and
too.
I've seen him catch a 60-yard butte for a touchdown. I was like, let's go. Perfect timing. Got this going. About to do some work in fantasy. Flag on the play, illegal shift. And, I started tearing up a little bit. It was not a good performance for DK fantasy-wise. It was a good performance for the Niners. I was expecting them to win. I think just last week we were talking about, who's contenders, who are pretenders. I think we were all in unison saying that the Seahawks are pretenders, that they're a good team. But, to face the best of the best, they're going to lose. We're going to go against them every time. And that's what this was. This was an example of them being good, but not good enough.
Yeah, and you said the best of the best, which is interesting because the 49ers came in at 2-3, and they're still the best of the best, regardless of how you cut it. They don't have CMC, and there's a lot of speculation in that game too. They were saying maybe 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. Like there was a lot of like weird dates, but they've proven that they're still one of the top teams in the league, no matter what their record is. Caleb.
It was a good game. I agree with Wudi is in the sense of I told y'all Seattle and is a pretender, but also Baltimore. Just watch.
Hot take.
Watch. But anyway, you know what? I was glad to see my boy Debo get off. Y'all know how much I love Debo Samuel. And to see what he did yesterday, I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and he made Purdy look good. That was a terrible Purdy threw, and Debo was like, I got you. You know what I mean? So that's to Gene, because I know Gene is not a Purdy, is not a Purdy big believer in Purdy, you know what I mean? So, there's that. But Frisco, what I love about football is that nothing matters. It all comes down to one game on one date at one time. And whoever shows up then is the best, right? Like you ask Tom Brady, 18-1. You know what I mean? Like they would have gave back 5 losses in the season to make sure they got that one win. You know what I mean? Like they would have absolutely came into there, 13-5 if they could have won the Super Bowl, right? As opposed to 17-0 and then leave 18-0 and then leave 18-1. So again, Frisco is a team that is they still don't even have Ward out there. When they get their corner, and you know how I am about that. When people come back from injuries, it takes a second. But I'm just saying, Frisco is like, they're nasty. And they're just being cautious with CMC because it's an Achilles thing. So they don't want it to rupture because then he's gone for whatever. So they're letting him rest. They'll let him sit to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like if they have to, that's what they'll do. So there's that. But I was glad to see Frisco do what they do. I'm really looking forward to this season to see when the playoffs come into play, like when it starts getting down into that, because that's what it is, man. Like I don't see anybody who is like the team like that's just like looks like it's gonna be them or something like that. Goat Mahomes is doing this thing, but they're gonna lose. Every season they fall into a rut where they lose 2, 3, 4 games that they shouldn't have lost. I'm expecting that. You know what I mean? But it's going to be interesting to see, as these playoffs come, who's going to be that team to step up and really take the reins. And to your point about Washington, they are scary.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting a lot more of that in sports where it's like we just got to make the playoffs. Like it's always kind of been that, but now it's really like let's keep injuries to a minimum. Let's just make the playoffs and then we'll really ramp it up, right? Like teams aren't going full, like they're not going full during the regular season. Like obviously they were trying to, yo, Daniel, what's up? They're doing their thing, but it just seems like let's just make the playoffs, cash in a little bit, and then go for it. Genefitzmagic, give me your thoughts, sir.
I think we've seen why the San Francisco 49ers are so good. It doesn't matter who they suit up. It's all about their scheme and their coaching staff. I really do believe it. I mean, if you look, and it even goes back to Kyle Shanahan's father, they could get a guy in the 8th round. And there's not even 8 rounds, but back then there might have been. They put him into running back at running back, and they're going to still get you 100 yards. it just goes to show you they don't need to throw CMC in there at any point because they got Jordan Mason, Isaac Orlando yesterday with a big game. They averaged 6.9 yards on the ground. It's not so much, and we'll get into what my take is on Purdy later on because I know we have a topic for Purdy coming up.
So we are
go into it. But like this team is so good based on its coaching. I could run for like 80 yards on a few carries for the 49ers. I could. So it's all about their blocking schemes. It's all about the play calling. It makes me jealous that I as a Jet fan that I don't have a coach like this. Yesterday was basically was won by the coaching staff, as I think most of the San Francisco 49 games are. So it was nice to see Seattle try to make it a game. I have DK Metcalf as well. He didn't do anything yesterday. I was excited when I saw that one catch as well. It was all for naught. And listen, as long as they got this coaching staff, they're always going to be in every game. Sometimes these injuries will hurt them a little bit, but they always have a chance.
These refs are killing me though, because they calling these penalties. I'm like, a legal shift. The brother, it's supposed to be his right leg in front. It's like if you don't get like ruining whole plays, it's like and just stopping the game on stupid stuff, right? And then calls that they should be making. Oh, they ain't see that. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. I hate it. Like I'm like, stop. Like they shouldn't do a joke where they tie their flags into their pants. So the ref is like, oh, and can't do it and play over like too bad. You know what I mean? Because it's really getting on my nerves how much they impact the flow and rhythm of the game on a stupid call. You should call stuff that's egregious. You do a horse collar, cool. You hit the quarterback really hard after he threw the ball and you clearly hit him in his head or whatever, cool. Not because, he wasn't fully set. It's like, man, you don't get out of here. Don't nobody care about that. Play the game. You know what I mean? And it's just, it ruins stuff. So that's just my little rant on that because I hate that. Like
illegal shift is one of the dumbest penalties in the league.
Crazy.
The only time they're actually any good is when it's a big play against your team and
right. Right. No. And I
it's the only time we love that penalty.
Yeah. But it's like, but it's stupid because it's gonna come back on you. It's gonna come back. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's insane to me. Like how much they stop the game for stupid, minute penalties that don't really matter.
Yeah, I think illegal shift is the worst of them, like the absolute worst, because I feel like up until this season, I didn't even know what that was. I've never heard of it before, and I think in one game, didn't we get 4 or 5 of them? Like I think it was the first game of the season. Like Baltimore got called on it like crazy. And we're like, what is happening? What is this call?
I think Nathaniel Hackett has a play call that he has for an illegal shift. Actually, so
well, he's out of the job.
Yeah, he's out
of the job. He got replaced.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I just want to say this since we're bringing up fantasy. I was on the winning end of all this. Not only did I have a Seattle Seahawk on my team, I had Tyler Lockett on my team. So at least I got a tutty, I got a TD there. But then when you're talking about the San Francisco 49ers, baby, I had Debo, I had Kittle, and I had Samuel. So I did okay. God. I did okay last night. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes. Speaking of just doing okay, I want to start this topic with Gene because that's what I have in my notes. Gene, do you think Brock Purdy is a top 10 QB or do you think he's just okay?
He's definitely not top 10. I don't even know if he's the top half of the league. And hold on. And it goes back to what I said before. And I want to say this. Go back and I started, I was up early this morning and I went to go to my gym. I get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym, and I go to the gym and it's locked. They have it still locked off for the I guess because the hurricane. So I was like, all right. So I came back. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to go back to sleep. So what am I going to do? I said, you know what? I got to do some research on Brock Purdy. I want to know if it's hate or if it's justified. So I looked up and I said, let me just look up every completion he's had for every game this season. And let me tell you something. I don't see a guy that throws guys open. I don't see a guy that can make a play when he's about to get hit. If you look at his completions, every single one this season, which I did this morning, he barely ever gets hit when he's throwing the ball on a completion. I'm not. I only seen the completions. I only went over the completions.
I'm just going to stop you right there. I'm only going to say both of those, 3 or 4 of those things happened last night. Just threw open man and got pummeled and threw it, and people still cut.
Every quarterback's going to do it sometimes. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it on a
regular
normal basis. On a regular basis.
Got it.
I see a lot of throws to guys wide open. I see a lot of throws to guys, and Caleb called it yesterday with the duck. There's a lot of passes where the receiver has to come back for it, but they're open. I don't see a lot of completions where he's actually getting hit. 2 weeks ago, he only had one where he got hit on a completion. One completion where he actually got hit. I'm not saying he get hit the rest of the game, but when he actually completed the pass, he only got hit once. So when you're playing with that. That means you're playing with really good route runners that are getting wide open. You're playing with an offensive line that is superior because you're not getting touched, and you're playing with the coaching staff that's putting the players in the right positions to make it easier for you as a quarterback. I think you could see a lot of quarterbacks go in there and excel. We've seen Sam Darnold go in there and play well when he had a chance last year. And what does he do? He's in the same system this year, and he's excelling in Minnesota. So I don't put him in the top 10. I don't even know if I put him in the top 15. Like if I really sat down, I think I could think of 15 quarterbacks that if you put them in San Francisco are better.
Nope. Gene, I love you and I hate you all at the same time, man.
I'm trying to speak calm and level because my wife is working in another room and she does telehealth, so she's on, she's got stuff going on in the room, so I can't be loud.
That's why he's speaking. Yeah.
I'm being very calm. I got and I apologize for my wrinkled shirt, my wrinkled t-shirt, but
y'all ever see Norbit when he's in the paper and he's crying because Rasputin, he's like, that's Gene.
I don't want her to hit me when she gets off her call.
I get it. Listen, man, you got to be a man, damn it. You got to say, hey, it's my goddamn house.
From the guy who started the conversation with, yeah, I'm good, but I'm not really sure how my sexual thing went.
That's besides the point. You know
yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, you're right.
I'm too in shape to be, to be as old as I am. They were like, damn, Joker, the hell, you 23? I'm like, yeah. Eugenics commercial? You ain't seen Eugenics? Anyway, listen, let me tell you something. Brock Purdy I get Gene's point because I think here's what I'm gonna be honest with him. I actually agree with him. But I think there's a lot more quarterbacks that are in that, right? So you know how they'll have teams and they'll have somebody in first place and then there's 5 other teams, but they all have T for 2, like tied for second. That's how I look at Purdy. He's there with Goff. He's there with Jalen in Philly. He's there. Dak is a little bit better than both of them. I'll even though I hate the star on his head as a play, I can't deny that. But I think it's Goff, him. Who else is like that? That mid lane.
Kirk Cousins is better. Kirk Cousins.
I was just about to say that. The dude in Atlanta, Kirk Cousins, right? Like where at different times they can do it. But so because of that, de facto, he's in the top 10 because there's 5 other quarterbacks that he would be locked in with that are all fighting for that 9th or 10th spot to be in that, right? Or wherever you want to put them. Because there's only a few obvious elites. And I even put Lamar above them, even though I think his accuracy is on the same level with theirs, right? Because they all gonna miss wide open. I digress. Anyway, so I think you're being a little harsh on him. I love that you're giving Shanahan so much credit as a coach because I've heard you discredit him many times before. You know what I mean? But
I love Shanahan.
Listen. There's no need to go there. It's all good. But I will say that I think coaching is a big thing, which is why I think somebody in Philly needs to leave. I ain't gonna say no names. You know what I'm saying? His last name rhymes with Panini. Well, close to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad, but again, I think you're giving Brock a little less, because one thing I'll give him credit for, he can scramble out of there and get you first down. He did plenty of those yesterday. At certain times, he'll go out there, scramble, slide, like, you know what I mean? Then that hurts the defense when you got him and it's 3rd and 6 and nobody can get open, and then he take off and slide and get 8, and you're like, damn it. So it's gonna be I think it's that. So I think you're being a little aggressive.
You know who could also scramble for 10 yards and get a first down? Is Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones can do that.
Yeah. There you go.
Gee, you're not being harsh enough. I don't think Brock Purdy is in the top 20 in NFL.
Wow.
I'm doing a list right now of who I think is better.
Okay, good.
Keep going, and I'll come back to you guys.
Do that. Okay.
Hey, I literally had this conversation earlier today. I have a list of my own as well.
Okay.
All right. And people were trying to say, I'm telling you, the boy is put in the most picture perfect situation and still can't succeed. As soon as CMC gets a paper cut, Brock Purdy, he's nothing. He's nothing.
Oh.
Nothing without these weapons. The boy is not top 20. And that's, I'm a big Kyle Shanahan fan. That's Gene and I, we are actually more alike in our praise for Shanahan than the New York Jets. All right. With Kyle Shanahan, he is so good, learning so much from his father. His only weakness is that for some reason he is obsessed with mid-white QBs. That's it. He loves them. He loves Jimmy G. What did he see in him, man? What did he see in Jimmy G?
Control.
Well,
he's gonna do what you say. He's not gonna fight you. He's not gonna push you on the sideline like a quarterback in New York.
Well, maybe that's what they need. He needs some fire. Because instead, these bland people that just listen to everything, because they can't make the throws. And that's what Brock Purdy is, just young Jimmy G. And that's not what they needed. Maybe he has PTSD because they tried. They got Trey Lance, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna mold this kid." But I mean, he was just wet. He was wet mud. He couldn't be molded. But they kept trying, and it would fall apart. They're trying to fall apart. But Brock Purdy,
y'all some haters. Brock ain't that damn bad.
This is crazy. This is egregious right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's be real. Let's just be real. Me and Caleb are going to zag on you guys zigging. Okay, you guys are zigging right now. We're going to zag on it. And
can I say one thing before and then I just want to say one piece.
Go for it.
I'm going to go down the list of quarterbacks, and you tell me who you'd rather have.
Okay.
And there's going to be some obvious ones.
Okay.
Allen.
Oh, stop it. You already know what I think about him.
Joe Burrow.
You listen, I don't mind the blind tips.
I get it. There's gonna be some obvious.
I think he's better with blind tips.
Patrick Mahomes.
What do I call him? What's his name?
We
Mahomes.
just saying names. Come on, Gene. Tell him.
This is crazy.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes. Yes.
Herbert.
Oh, I love Jeff. You know how.
When healthy, Tua Tagovailoa.
No, absolutely not.
You think
you talk about somebody who can't do nothing without weapons?
Yeah, let's stop there.
Imagine if no Tyreek Hill.
Tell him.
No Jalen Waddle.
Tell him.
What?
Yeah, let him know.
You think Purdy is better than Tua?
What are you talking about, Caleb? You've seen him hit that sign. You think Brock Purdy can hit that sign?
I think Purdy could do just as good in Miami as he's doing in Frisco with those weapons. Yeah, absolutely.
So you would take Purdy over Tua.
Yes.
We just said that. Both of us said that.
First of all, Tua can't take a hit. At least Purdy can get hit and still play.
Thank you.
Like, what are you talking about? It's not even a comparison there. I think you guys are wrong on that.
Your whole equation just blew up in your face right there.
But keep going.
Well, Tua's not it though. Yeah, I'm
keep going.
Well, I think you guys hate Samoans. That's what I think.
No, I love Samoan. Shout out to the Rock and Roman Reigns and all them.
CJ Stroud.
Shout out to Moana.
Oh, well, come on.
Who?
Yes.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, that's my boy. You know I want Trevor in Philly.
Jalen Hurts.
No.
Mm-mm.
You think Purdy?
I feel like yes. Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts.
they're equal to me. They both can scramble and they both miss like Purdy. I think
They
they're
both can
interchangeable.
scramble. How do you say they both? I mean, Hurts is a way better scrambler.
No, he's a better scrambler, but Purdy can do the same. Purdy will run for 6-8 yards, get a first down too.
Mhm.
Like, and I ain't seen so many fumbles from Purdy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But anyway, keep going.
All right, so we're at 7-8.
Dak.
Of course, I take Dak over Purdy.
Yeah,
Dak in
now
that system would be
8-9,
phenomenal.
8-9.
I'm conflicted
Love.
there.
Love. And that's it.
Oh hell yeah, Jordan Love.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Baker Mayfield in that system.
Woo, you know I like Baker though. See, that ain't fair. Because you know I like Baker. Y'all hate him. Y'all hate Baker. Oh,
I
you a
think
nasty
that move to Tampa Bay
motherfucker.
was the best.
You a
The best thing for
nasty
Baker, man.
motherfucker. That's dirty work. That's nasty work right
The
there.
assignment
buddy.
is who's the better quarterback right now. It's who's the better quarterback in that. If you were to put them in
Oh
that
my
system,
God.
who would be better?
They would both be good. But Baker would be because I rock with Bake. I think that.
All right, we're up to 11.
Stafford.
Oh,
Well,
no. Too
What?
old.
Did you say no?
I don't know. Well, you
In
know
that-
what?
That system.
Maybe, but not as clear as Baker to me.
Not as yo. Oh my.
Because I don't like Stafford.
Well, that's not the game.
Yeah, I know.
Kyler Murray.
So we had 12.
Of course,
We're at 12
Kyler Murray. Of course, Kyler Murray. Are you?
Kyler Murray
Are
would
you
be dangerous in that system.
I love
13.
Kyler Murray. I think they
Cousins.
might go to the Super Bowl if he was their quarterback. He might have won
Mhm.
with that offense with CMC at that time.
That's what I'm saying. 13.
Cousins.
No,
I hate this game.
In that system,
not Cousins. I mean, I think they're equul. I think they cancel each other out.
I would take Cousins over Purdy in that system.
I
I
would
don't think I
also
would.
take Cousins over Purdy, but I understand why
I think I would.
someone wouldn't.
He's one that I get where it's on the border.
Yeah.
I don't think Cousins is athletic enough to be in that system. I think you still need an athletic quarterback to a degree to be in that system. It's
Okay,
not
what about Daniels?
Jaden?
Yes.
Jaden
Hell
Daniels.
yeah.
Oh my God. So what do we have? 14?
Are you
14?
kidding?
All right, get out of here.
He's running MVP. It's between him and Sam right now. What are we talking about? And we already seen Sam in that system, so we already know what Sam would do. So don't even put him in. He would be doing the same.
Jared
he would
Goff.
doing the exact same.
Jared Goff.
Oh, I'm not a golf guy. I think Purdy and Goff equal each other out. Like,
Okay.
I'm
That's
I'm
fair.
honest. They
What
gonna
about
mess around and lose in Dallas. Watch. I'm telling you,
Aaron-
Goff is
Now
overrated.
again, with
I
that
feel
line,
about Goff like how you feel about Purdy. I'm serious.
I feel you.
I don't care about the 18 for 18 games. Shut up.
Okay. Now again, before I say this other quarterback, because I know he's old, but think about that offensive line, keeping him up healthy. Think about those receivers.
Stop putting mustard on it. Just
the
tell
game
us who it
plans.
is.
Aaron Rodgers.
No. You know who I'd have better? Joe Flacco. That's who y'all should be talking about. He makes Aaron Rodgers look ridiculous. Like, Aaron, he old. Man, Flacco's 78 years old, still throwing for 300 sidearm with a whack team, making Aaron look crazy. Don't nobody talk about that, though. Don't nobody talk about that. You know what I mean?
Well,
but yes,
I just listened-
to be honest, yes, of course,
Who is-
Aaron Rodgers in that with Trent and then blocking for him, nasty.
So
I
we are
17
officially at
people
the
ahead of him.
halfway point. He is that Brock Purdy is at 16.
Actually, I haven't. In my list, I haven't met 18, but
But a lot of those I say equal each other out. You know what I mean? But you probably got about 15 of them that are ahead. Like when you talk about Jordan Love and all, like of course.
Yeah.
And
Like-
to be clear, the game is
in
what
that
you're
system,
asking is yes. So you're naming these quarterbacks. Just so if people are jumping into the pop off right now, we're talking about is Brock Purdy a top 10 quarterback? And if he is not, then what happens if you take other elite quarterbacks, other quarterbacks that we have mentioned that Gene has put in a list, and you put them in the San Francisco 49ers system? How proficient will they be if they're there and Brock is not? Because the argument is Brock is only as good as the system that you've just put him in. That's
Definitely.
I think
And
a lot
as
of
Jets
quarterbacks are that though.
we'd be 0-17.
well.
That's
You
messed
just
up.
gave Purdy a lot of attention over here. Gene maybe made his point, but I don't know. I'm still.
A few of them I think he's not at 18. He's probably like there's probably a good 13 to 15, because I got to think of all the names that you put that I would say are definitively ahead of him. And then there's others that I think are.
My wife, ladies and gentlemen, my wife's now a Floridian. She just came in the room.
Hey,
Aw.
congratulations. Okay, listen, if you're with us, that means you are here enjoying the pop-off on Uptown Sports TV. If you're joining us on YouTube, or if you're on X or Twitter or any of the socials, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and don't forget to share. Let people know that we're out here just having these fun, casual conversations, playing these games out here. Gene's got us playing these games out here. So make sure to drop some mentions in the comment. Engage us. We would love to chat with you. We are talking some NFL. Just talked about the San Francisco 49ers opening up a can on Seattle Seahawks, but that was very, very close. Now we're going to jump into just some general NFL chatter, general NFL banter. My first question to the panel, anybody can start. You guys can have at it. Will the Jets become the first team in NFL history to make the playoffs after firing their coach mid-season? This is something that
I'll take this one.
Go on and hit it.
Hell no. Woody Johnson ruined this team.
Once
He
again,
literally
you have
ruined
just
this
witnessed Wudi and Gene's friendship splinter another fraction, and you have just seen it here first. Wudi, go ahead. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No worries. It's okay. You know who got cut off? Robert Saleh. All right. He was in the middle of a championship season, and Woody just being so impatient. We always talk about this, the microwave. All right. Oh, we want it done now. We want the rookie to be ready week 1. No, that's not how this works. I mean, if Greg Zuerlein makes a kick, the Jets are 3-2. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw 3, not 1, not 2, 3 interceptions, the Jets are 4-1. But because those things did happen, now Woody looks on his Twitter feed and he sees this one account. He sees who is this? Genefitzmagic. Oh, fire Saleh. Oh, upgrade Ulbrich. And then he's seeing, a whole bunch of other people saying that. And he doesn't even consult the dude whose job that is, Joe Douglas. He don't even ask him. He don't ask nobody. He just calls Saleh into his office and fires him. The whole team is like, whoa, what? Like, Sauce was like, yo, that's my guy. I text him every year on my birthday. For almost half the team, this is the only coach they've ever known. And now out of the blue, he's gone. And now you're going to tell these same people, yo, you got to watch out for Josh Allen. They're like, yo, I can't even focus right now. Like, my guy is gone. They might win this game, right, out of love and respect. Sauce said they're still playing for Saleh. They might win this game. But long term, they just created a massive distraction in that locker room. The team is in disarray. It's all Woody Johnson's fault. He's out here acting like Jerry Jones light.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, to the pop-off crowd that's watching, if you guys have watched enough, you already know what I'm going to say, right? If my auntie had balls, she would be my uncle. I don't want to hear if this and if that and if that. What happened? What is it? Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to say. That's a lie if you think everybody wasn't consulted. There was Woody and 2 other people that shall remain nameless who were consulted and signed off on it. One of them said, oh, we had a conversation the night before. He didn't even mention it. We were talking about family and, kids and stuff. Stop it.
He doesn't even have any kids.
I know. That he came on Pat McAfee talking about family. We didn't mention this at all. It's like, boy, if you don't stop, like I love Aaron, but Aaron be lying. He be lying. That joker shoved that man on national TV. Talking about, oh no, we cool. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, listen, Aaron is the reason why Saleh is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Woody called Aaron. And Aaron said, look, I'm just going to go into, I just feel like a dark retreat in like the middle of the season. Like maybe like 6 weeks, I don't know. Maybe when I come back, like things will be different. The energies will shift. That's code words. He was like, oh, damn, what's that mean? Energy shift. Oh, yeah. I got toxic energy around me. It's very, it's changing my chakras. I don't. It's just it makes my ability unable to perform. Next thing he knows, he says, "Oh, okay, Robert, look here. You don't have to come to work tomorrow. Take care." Like, it's done. And then he called Aaron. Aaron said, I'm beginning to feel the energy field shift. For some reason, I'm feeling invigorated. Right? It was a wrap. He did it in code. He got rid of that man. That's what Aaron's doing. Sauce don't have no power. So the reason why Sauce is able to, him and Salah cool, because Salah's the defensive guy, of course, and Sauce was the dude, right? So of course they got a great relationship. But Aaron Rodgers is the reason why Salah is gone. Believe that. It's Aaron Rodgers. You gave up everything for that dude. And if he's shoving the guy that you put in charge, he's gone, right? That's the difference between Wudi and what's his name in Dallas? Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones loved his coaches. He didn't care. He kept Jason Garrett as long as he could. He holding on to Mike as long as he can. He don't care. He don't care, right? But Jets want to win now. And football, unfortunately, Wudi, it is the microwave league. It's immediate, now, because you get one season, and next season it could be gone. Where, you know what I mean? So all I'm saying is Aaron is the reason why. And the question was, will they make the playoffs? Maybe. You know what I mean? Because listen, they only got to worry about Buffalo now. Patriots are not nothing. Miami ain't nothing because they don't have a quarterback. So now you're only competing with Josh Allen, who don't have no weapons. He got a tight end, right? and a running back, that's more finesse, no power. Josh, like, that's what you're doing. That's all you got to be, and you got a stacked team, right? So I think the Jets probably will stumble into the playoffs. I do believe that. I don't think they get out of the first round. Absolutely not. I don't see that, but I think they might make it. You know what I mean? So barring any injuries change everything. So barring injuries, I think they will, but it is absolutely QB 12 who made that decision and made sure that it happened and then lied about it. Cause you gotta let homeboy take it. You ever see Purple Rain? I'm gonna just jump in right now. There's a scene in Purple Rain. It's one of my favorites. Morris Day is with Jerome. And he's talking to the waitress. She fine. And he say, "Go on and keep that change." And she's like, "Thank you, Morris." And he says, "Jerome." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Go get my change." Like that. That's how Aaron just did it. Aaron, you know what I'm saying? Aaron was like, "Nah," he could say, "Wudi, fire that motherfucker." Anyway, so listen, right? Like that's how that went. So don't get it twisted. Don't believe Aaron. He's lying. I'm telling you. He just don't want that New York media like saying he's a cancer, because New York is way bigger than Green Bay when it comes to press and like the narrative that they'll spin. So he has to, and Wudi is and Mr. Johnson is willing to take it because that's his guy. So that's what I think happened. I think you might be muted, Gene.
No,
Am I muted?
He's taking it over.
No, he's just taking up space right now. He's taking up space.
So I do want to say this. Wudi, that's my guy right there. He's not really a Jets fan. He's a Jets hater. But Wudi Johnson,
yes,
he's not the worst owner in the league, but he's probably the second. The guy over there in Carolina is probably the worst.
Definitely.
All right, so are they going to make the playoffs? Short answer is I don't think if Salah or Ulbrich was the coach, I think they get just as many wins. I think I don't think it makes a difference. I think we win just as many games with Ulbrich as we would with Salah. And the reason why is this. I think we do need to go out and get that receiver down over in Vegas. If we could bring him over here, Davante Adams, that would go a long way to make it into the playoffs. But the reason why I say that I don't think it makes a difference who the head coach is because I think, listen, I said from the beginning of the season, I didn't think Saleh was the guy. I was hoping he was the guy. Seems like a great person, a great individual, a great man. He just isn't a good head coach. He's a great defensive coordinator, but we don't need a defensive coordinator. We need a head coach. From everything I've heard is he didn't even call the defensive plays. That was Ulbrich. So that's why I don't think things will change defensively. Now, where things could change offensively is we just demoted the idiot in the room. Like I don't even know how he has a job in the NFL. Well, I do know how he has a job in the NFL. Is Rodgers likes him, but we just now made Todd Downing the new offensive coordinator,
which Saleh was getting ready to do, by the way.
Yeah,
5 minutes before they
fired.
fired him.
I don't think that's why he got fired. I don't think that's why he got fired. I think that it was. I think. You know what's funny is I had said before he got fired, like literally like the morning of or the day before, maybe the night before, I said, oh, you know what? If he would have lost to Minnesota first and then Denver, I think he'd get fired. But because he lost to a good team second on a crazy road trip into London, that's the reason why I don't think he'll get fired. And then next morning he's fired. So if it happened the other way, then like you lose to Denver, and I don't think you could say, well, Greg Zuerlein kick. It should have came down to a Greg Zuerlein kick. You should have been able to score more than 9 points against the Denver Broncos at home. We've beat them handily the last couple of years. Now we have our full team together, and he looked like Zach Wilson back there. Aaron Rodgers. I can't blame the Zuerlein kick for losing that game. I think it was the right move. I think if we were going to make the playoffs before getting rid of Saleh, before we got rid of Saleh, I think we'll still make the playoffs with getting rid of Saleh. I don't think he's a good head coach. I think Ulbrich might be a better head coach. We'll see, and time will tell. I hope he is, but I also don't think it changes anything on defense, and I don't think it changes. I think if anything, our offense could be better because of Todd Downing. So I'm going to say I think we can make the playoffs. I think we will make the playoffs only because I thought we'd make the playoffs before. If we don't make the playoffs, it has nothing to do with the coaching change. It has to do with this team is just not that good. It's better. It's not as good as we thought it was. And that's it.
So you ain't gonna say nothing about Aaron getting this dude fired. You just gonna act like that just didn't happen.
Well, we don't know that.
Like the dude
I really don't think
it did. Franchise
do I think Aaron had something to do with it? 100%.
Oh, okay. All right.
100%. 100%. But I also want to say this too. I don't want to see the GM go. I want the GM to stay.
He'll go next season.
I think you got to give him another coach to hire. I think he gets one more coach, and the reason why is I think he's done more good things than bad things. I don't blame Zach Wilson on him. I blame the Hassan Reddick trade on him. Dude, we've had this argument. A lot of guys would have drafted Zach Wilson at that spot. He was one of the top guys that coming out of
Saleh wanted to keep Darnold. His head coach was like, let's keep Darnold. And he was like, nah. I've seen this one throw from this one kid that played in this small school. What are you talking about?
Wait.
Joe Douglas is
one throw.
He didn't reach for Zach Wilson. A lot of people had them right there as like the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft that year.
They did. I remember.
I don't blame him for that. A lot of us there's a lot of GMs that would have took him in that spot, Zach Wilson. It didn't turn out to be. It didn't turn out to work, but there was a lot of guys that would have made that same call. And you know what? Maybe in another system where they know how to develop quarterbacks, Zach Wilson in another multiverse, as they say in the comic system, he might have been a good quarterback.
What do you need to develop Zach Wilson? Because they had a good offensive line his rookie year. They had Garrett Wilson. They had Breece Hall. What do you need? It takes more than players.
It takes more than players to develop a quarterback. You also got to teach a quarterback how to play and how to win. There's a reason why Geno Smith is now a decent quarterback. There's a reason why Sam Darnold is excelling in Minnesota. We don't develop whatever it is. I don't know. I've never had
none of they are not the same. Geno and Sam Darnold are not at all the same. The only similarity they have.
I'm not saying Zach Wilson. Let me say this. I'm not saying Zach Wilson would succeed in another system. I'm saying for all we know he could have because we just don't know how to develop a quarterback. And my proof on that is look at the last 2 that we got. And I don't blame Joe Douglas for drafting him because there is a ton of other GMs that would have drafted him in that spot.
Okay. I mean, look, that makes sense.
If he would have reached for like the 10th best, like the same way who's the Gettleman reached for Daniel Jones, and because he fell in full bloom love as the quote is, that's a fireable offense, especially if you would have picked Daniel Jones at 2, right? But so it's not like you reached for a guy that nobody had in their top 5 of quarterbacks, and he picked him that high. We picked a guy. Joe Douglas picked a guy that a lot of GMs coveted coming out of college.
Absolutely, you're right.
So I can't blame Joe Douglas for that.
Yeah, that's how people in my business keep their jobs. They only hire known actors or writers or directors for projects. It don't matter if the project work or not. That's how they save their. But anybody would have hired this guy. Yep. Yeah, the movie sucks. The show's trash. Doesn't matter.
Like, listen, every actor has had a bad movie. Caleb can tell you.
Oh yeah.
And when you look at the script and you say, okay, here's the actor we got to go get. They go get him. Mm-hmm. And it just doesn't work. It's a bad movie.
That's true. Hey, and real quick, if y'all ain't seen The Penguin, Colin Farrell, it's the best acting I've ever seen him do.
Yeah,
I gotta see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Phenomenal.
Unreal. It's unreal.
You don't recognize him, just the eyes because of the prosthetics. But he's
it's funny. I finally
he's
seen
murdering
Batman.
that thing.
I've seen Batman for the first time just recently, maybe about 2 weeks ago. My daughter had not seen it. And this is where he actually makes his debut as Penguin.
Yeah.
And I turned to my daughter, I'm like, the Penguin, the Penguin is so good, but like you would never know it's Colin Farrell. Like, why are they
right?
They could have hired anybody for this role because between the prosthetics and the voice.
Oh my God, that might be why he's so good because you don't see Colin Farrell, but
I always say that
he's fun, guys. I'm telling you. It's the best acting I've ever seen this man do. Yeah, like crazy. It is. He should win the Emmy for best actor in a drama series, hands down. Like it's phenomenal. But anyway,
I was watching the latest episode the other day, and I literally said out loud, "I can't believe I'm watching a Penguin show."
And it's dope. It's dope.
It's so good.
It's dope. Yeah, but I digress. That's another thing. I can talk about that all day. Same. But I get it. I get your point. But what happens is when teams fail, everybody got to go. Like Biggie said, the kid's the dog, everybody dying, no lying. You know what I mean? It's I'm sorry. So it's going to be some heads rolling. Ulbrich is going to probably get it for the rest of the season, which I don't think they should do. I sent it in the group chat. Y'all know who I think they should go get. It will listen. It will be
no.
Okay.
They already gave him the job, and what happened? They already gave that man the job, and one day later he was like, what did he say? I'm retaring as HC of the NYJ. That was what the note said.
I get it.
Here's what they get.
He was emotional, but now it's different. It's like they need each other.
Here's who I want.
He's what they let me tell you something. He would get that team in line. Like he would get Aaron's at look, he'd be like, you can't wear no sandals up in here. Put some damn socks on.
That's when Aaron Rodgers retires.
Yeah, there's a darkness retreat.
Here's what I want. Here's what I want to do.
I don't want that
quickly because we got to move on. Go ahead, Gene.
Real quick. I want to use next year's pick. If we have to move up, we move up. But I want to get a top flight quarterback next year to learn under Rodgers for another year. And I know we got the kid from Florida State, but we don't know if he'll bounce back with the injury. And let them figure it out. But redshirt both those guys next year. Let Rodgers play. But I go get Bobby Slowick from Houston, who is part of the Shanahan tree, coaching tree. And we've seen what he's done as the offensive coordinator in Houston to develop CJ Stroud. Let him come here, be the head coach, bring his offensive guy here, and let them develop whoever we get under Aaron. And then this is the curveball, but I think he would come. And the reason why I say that is because he still refers to the Jets as we when he's on TV on ESPN. I go get Rex Ryan and say, Rex, come coach this defense. I think he would do it. If the money's right, he would do it. Because when you hear him on TV, he doesn't say "we" when he talks about the Bills. He doesn't say "we" when he talks about any other team. But what does he say? "We"? He says "we" when he talks about the Jets. He still says "we."
He wanted to be the Dallas defensive coordinator. Like he actually went and tried to get the job. Like he wants to be.
I think he would be fine with coming back and not having to be the head coach, coming back and being the defensive coordinator.
He would rather be that. He would rather.
And he knows how to handle the New York media. He's a hell of a defensive coordinator.
The problem is he has too much gravitas. Like he will outshine the coach.
But that's good because that takes pressure off a guy that's a first-time head coach. I think it would be good because he could take the pressure off a first-time head coach.
Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens at the end of the season.
It won't happen. It won't happen because Woody Johnson will mess it up.
Rex, I'm telling you, he's one of those guys.
Let me say something.
You know what I mean?
Woody Johnson would mess it up anyway. So I don't know if that's going to happen.
No, I know that.
He's already messed it up.
What I'm saying is, I guess we'll see what happens at the end of the season.
I know we got to move on. Go ahead.
Yeah, whatever happens with that organization, you know what I mean? Whether he Aldridge becomes the actual head coach, if they have another interim, who knows what goes on. But we also want to know what's going on with the Davante Adams sweepstake. Let's talk about this very quickly. Who is tops to get to land the talent that is Adams? Is it the Jets, which we've talked about in length? My Steelers, the Saints, or Caleb's Bills? So what do we think here? Let's do a round table real quickly. Let's start with Wudi. What do we think out of those 4 teams, or is there a wild horse? Is there a dark horse out there that you think has got a little better shot at landing Davante Adams?
I think I mentioned this a little bit last week. So it's cool that it was confirmed that those 4 are like the final 4. But if I'm Davante, give me the Bills. Why am I not going to the Bills? There's no competition. Josh Allen is the second best quarterback on planet Earth. Give me the Bills. As a Jet fan who would be devastated to see that happen, give me the Jets. Please. Don't go to the AFC. I mean, this is just like Tyreek Hill. We thought we was going to get Tyreek Hill. He went to the Dolphins. It would really be a huge bummer to a season where I already think the season's done. To put Davante on the Bills, that's a nail in the coffin. I don't even know if I can watch anymore.
Caleb.
The dark horse is the Chiefs. They going to get them. Watch what Andy Reid and them do. They going to get Pat is already in there. He's like, get me him. That's we want 3. I need that. They're gonna give him the money he need, everything. And he ain't gonna say no to Patrick Mahomes. And the other teams are gonna try, but it's gonna be like, they're gonna be like, listen, Davante, you either want a ring, be part of history, because we getting 3 with you. Like, he gonna be like, damn, number one, you my guy. More than Kelsey. He's a Swiftie. They'll be like, all right. I'm telling you, that's who's going to creep in. The Chiefs are expressing interest. You don't want that. They're going to come up and sneak them out of everybody. Carr just got hurt. So the Saints is dropping now because he's like, damn, he's going to be injured. The Jets are in disarray, as the 2 fans said, right? Josh Allen, it might be too much. Bad weather and everything is on me. I may want to go to the spot. You know what I mean? Taylor may have a friend for that like brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like Davante, he may get some of that shine. I'm telling you, go to the Chiefs. That's who I think is going to come in and at least make a major push to get him. I believe that wholeheartedly. As soon as I saw their name at the bottom of the ticker saying Chiefs express interest, I said, uh-oh. Because that means Patrick is like, I want him. I'm telling you, it's hard to say no to Mahomes and to get 3. The first team to get 3. I just saw the Aces. They got whooped. They tried to get 3 in the WNBA, couldn't do it.
Yeah, Liberty came through.
You know what I mean? This is impossible. This don't happen. You know what I mean? Except when they only had 2 blacks in the NBA and there was 6 teams.
Gene, with that, I hand it off to Gene.
I hear everything that Caleb was saying, and I think if it was another team, it could be done. I think I don't think the Raiders, where the players have so much power nowadays, I think the one thing the Raiders are going to do, I don't think they're going to trade within the division. Mark Davis and the Davis family do things a certain way where I think they will take a lesser package just to not trade him out of spite to the Chiefs. I also don't think the Chiefs have the money in the cap to be able to do it. That's another one. And also too, they've proven last year they don't need a major receiver to win a title. They did it last year
because Rice is down. That's the only reason why. If Rice wasn't, they wouldn't even think about it.
That's fair.
Did you see Juju? Juju
looked good last week.
I don't care. Don't y'all talk to me about Juju Smith.
But let me say this.
Joker got one game and y'all be here. Oh, but Juju. Stop it. The only Juju I like is that USC.
I don't think that yes, the Jets are in disarray, but they've been in disarray forever. I don't think that matters. I think they still have just as good a chance as any of these other teams. And the reason why is because he's gonna talk to Rodgers. Rodgers gonna say, hey, it might sound like it's in disarray on the outside. He's like, but we got this. He's like, I'm running things here. He's like, Rodgers will talk him into it, saying, hey, listen, don't worry about that stuff. Don't listen to that noise. I got this. But the Bills probably put them in this. He goes to the Bills. That probably puts them in the Super Bowl.
Gene
in the AFC. I think that. But now you're adding a Davante Adams,
right? But their defense ain't good enough. I don't think the Bills' defense is strong enough to win.
It might not be 100%, but I think their offense then becomes that more.
But then it's three people.
Tough. I don't think, and I apologize, Nigel. I don't think the Steelers are his team because he's coming from one quarterback situation to another one where it's not as bad as Vegas, but it's also not as good as a Jet situation or a Bill situation.
Sure,
as far as the quarterback is concerned. So I think it's going to be either the Jets or Bills. I think he's going to be in the AFC East before long. I don't think the weather bothers him. He played in Green Bay, so I don't think the weather in Buffalo would bother him. So I think it's coming down to either the Jets or the Bills, really.
I know he played there, but it's different. It's like, oh, I'm from New York, but the people that are from New York don't want to live there. They be like, man, I hate them damn winters.
No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm the same way. Like, listen, I'm a New Yorker. I love New York. The reason why I don't want to live in New York anymore is because of the cold. So even though I live there,
that's what I'm saying. So he don't want to go back just because he's done it before.
But he can do it.
Yeah. Definitely can.
Moving.
I think you're right about Aaron, though. I think the Jets will get him because he just really loves Aaron.
And Aaron's going to be in his ear saying, listen, don't listen to the outside noise of disarray.
He's like, I'm the boss.
Yeah, basically.
I just got a head coach fired, man. I can do whatever I want.
Wudi runs this?
You're coming through. You're playing with me.
I got stock in this franchise.
He owns the Bears and he owns the Jets.
I'm like Tom Brady, baby.
Let's talk about a couple teams that got some pretty interesting record for who they are. The 3-2 Broncos and the 3-2 Bears. Are they real or are they fake? There's been a lot of dichotomy. We talked about this before too, with a whole bunch of different teams and their records aren't showing or reflecting who they really are. Broncos 3-2, Bears 3-2. Are they real or are they fake? Caleb.
You know what's interesting? I think they're real-ish, meaning they can beat you because they're trying to find themselves, right? Mm-hmm. And I think Caleb plays with a fire that he's gonna make mistakes, he's messing up, all of that, but like he's got like a dog in him a little bit. Even though he be crying and all that, he still goes out there and like he wants to win, right? So when you have that kind of grit, that's inspiring to the people around you. You know what I mean? And I think the Bears got a good defense. I think they're not an easy win for anybody, right? Like if you need to beat them to get to the playoffs, that's going to be a rough game. Like it's that kind of thing. Now the Broncos, I think the Broncos are good too. I think Bo Nix is finding himself as he should. He's 35. You know what I mean? The oldest rookie in the history of football. You know what I mean? But again, you know, I think there's something there. I don't really know I can't tell his personality from his gameplay like I can with Caleb, but there's obviously something there. So I'm going to say real-ish. They ain't doing ish this season, but they're real enough to cause you some problem. Like, that's not a game that you see on your schedule and you're like, oh, okay, cool, we good this week. No, because you mess around and lose 10-9. You know what I mean? So it's so I think it's like that. They're not gonna do anything, but they also can mess you up from doing what you trying to do if you think you're gonna go in there and they're an easy win.
Yeah, sometimes teams like that are the scariest because you're just not sure. You have to plan and overcompensate for a lot of things that are a lot of X factors because they don't do one thing really well. They do a bunch of things very average, so you're just not sure which one is going to work out for them.
And DJ Moore could just have a big game, like all of a sudden, the game Caleeb is on now. That's the game you needed to win. You know what I mean? It's like that. They're too inconsistent to be consistent to think you can beat them consistently.
Yeah, teams out there. Gene,
I don't think either of them are for real this year.
Wudi, I'm just kidding. No, it felt good.
No, I don't want. I'm not gonna say. Go to Wudi. But it's your loss that you won't get my reasoning.
Well, I mean, I think you're kind of bugging though. I think I actually agree with Caleeb that they do seem to be for real. The Broncos, I was trying to tell Jets fans that the Broncos was not going to be a walk in the park. They just smacked the Bucs, and their only losses have been by one score. Their plus minus this season is positive, and that is also true for the Bears. I think when you have a rookie QB, there are just so many things to work out, and they can look so bad from time to time, like Caleeb definitely did, and Bo Nix, I guess. But the difference between the Broncos and the Bears, in my eyes, is coaching. I think Sean Payton, removing my Jets fan bias. Oh, how dare you say that about my terrible offensive coordinator? Removing all that type of bias. He's a good coach, man, and he has created a game plan that works for his players. The talent is not there on that roster. So what does he do on defense? Blitzes way more than any other team in the league. The only team to do it more than 40% of the time, he's damn near 50%. All right, our team sucks. Blitz, and it's working. All right, so I think the coaching is what keeps Denver relevant for the rest of the year. As for Chicago, they have talent, and talent is going to keep them relevant for the rest of the year.
They do.
But their division is also talented.
Their division is nasty, which is why they're dangerous.
It's tough. It's tough. I think both teams will be around.
Right, because it's like coming from a family of fighters. All your big brothers can fight, and they think because you're the little brother, you can't fight. But you're the one that had to fight them your whole life just to survive. You know what I mean? So it's like you may not be as good as them, but you'll beat everybody else's ass because like it's kind of like that. Like they're getting that saying iron sharpens iron, right? Like that's a literal thing. That's why the NFC East was always cold, where the Giants or whoever was the weak team or the Commanders could beat another. You're like, yo, because they up in there playing Dallas and the Eagles every 4 weeks, and like it's rough. So it's one of those things. So I think that's what makes the Bears dangerous to me. And the same thing can be said for Denver, but I think because the Raiders are bad and the Chargers are bad, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, but they got talent, and then you got the Goat Mahomes and them coming through. All you want to do is beat them dudes, right? So it's it's a different sort of metal there, like inside of you. You know what I mean? Like when you small but crazy.
Listen, to close out our NFL talk, I just want to go through our Friday night picks. One of my favorite topics on Fridays. I want to talk about what games we got looking forward to coming this weekend, coming this Sunday. We already have Thursday's banger, but Sunday, we got a couple doozies out there. So let's go through a couple of them. We won't go through all of them like we have in weeks prior, but let's just pick out a couple. Gene, we'll start with you since I cut you off so politely.
Wasn't too politely.
Any games that you're looking forward to this weekend?
That Dallas-Detroit game.
Absolutely.
Detroit at Dallas. Yep. That's the afternoon game, 4:25 Eastern. Yep.
Washington and Baltimore.
I think
we get to really see what Washington is. It's a great measuring stick for Washington.
It is.
That game to me is going to be really fun. Hopefully it'll be really fun. Hopefully they don't, the Cinderella story doesn't end there. But my upset of the week is I think the Jets do beat the Bills at home. That's not me being a Jet fan, and it's not because they changed the coach. If they hated the coach and then they change the coach, that usually leads to a win, at least for the first week. I just think they're gonna pull. I just think they're gonna win this week. I just think they're gonna rally the troops and they know they need to start putting some games together. And I think they're gonna win. If they don't win, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who they fire Olbert?
I wish they could fire Wudi, but that's not gonna be the case.
What we need.
Right?
We need Woody go.
Woody.
Najee actually laid out some tremendous picks. The only one I'll add to that is Packers Cardinals.
That's what I was going to say. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that should be a banger. Jordan Love, Kyler Murray. Those are my two fantasy quarterbacks. Going head to head. And we'll see what can be done. The Packers have been kind of a weird team this year. I know they've battled injury. They suspended Romeo Doubs. Now Dobbs is back. Like there's a lot of things going on, yet it really hasn't affected the record too much. So definitely curious to see how that one goes.
Caleb.
You know what? The main one I want to see is the Cowboys and the Lions, because I want to see Dallas lose. This is the week I want Jared Goff to play like I want to see 18 for 18. I want to see you do your thing. But I actually like their offense. Like I like their players. I love Laporta. I love well, I think Amon-Ra is overrated, but he's solid, like with hands, like you know what I mean. And I like what's the running back's name? Because there's two of them, but what's his name?
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes, Gibbs. Right, like nasty. So that should be good. It's because Dallas don't have a running game. All they got is passing. It's gonna be good to see. We're gonna be able to see. They still ain't got Micah. They ain't gonna have Lawrence. So the Lions, if the Lions are for real, they should smash them. They owe them for last year when they beat them and had the call change and all of that. Like that's what they owe. So I'm looking forward to that. Ravens and Commanders, absolutely. I want to see Jaden Daniels step up, and it's gonna be a test for the Commanders defensively because Derrick Henry is a problemo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he's delivering nasty work. He like one of them brothers that get out the shower and just have the towel around their shoulders, just walking out. He don't even cover himself. You know what I'm saying? Have a whole conversation with you with his towel around his shoulders.
It's funny because it's true. That's the thing. It's funny because it's absolutely
true. He's got
true.
that kind of energy where it's just towel around the shoulders. Hey, what's up, brothers? How y'all doing? Y'all good? Talk like that. So anyway, that's gonna be that's gonna be a good one. And then I gotta see, and it's for me. This is for me. And of course, I love to see Jordan and Kyler go at it, but I need to see if my team can just do like if we lose to the Browns, man.
Wow.
You guys should crush. You guys should obliterate the Browns. It's like a 10-point favorite.
Man, I'm telling you right now, ain't nothing written in stone. We should, and I've seen us lose a whole lot of stuff we should have won. Okay, so I'm gonna say this: if we lose to the Browns, Hurts has to go. Him and Sirianni, and I want it mid-season. I want Howie Lowy to go and say, "Listen," I want him to walk up to that mic and say, "Sirianni, pack your bags." You know what I want you to be? Go with Saleh. You and Saleh should go on vacation. Y'all got all the time in the world. That's where y'all need to be. Because if we lose to them, it's over. It's over. Like we got, oh my gosh. So I'm looking forward with trepidation to see that game. If we smash them, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, all right. But if we lose to the Browns are good. But they lose to everybody because they don't have a quarterback. Sorry, I like Watson, but I think it's over. I think there's too much mental issues going on. Definitely I think there's also a huge physical decline with it, and it's just it is what it is.
I feel like he needs to get his body right. He needs to get like a massage or something. I don't know.
Like a whole bunch of them, like just a whole bunch of them.
Exactly. So anyway, that's what my week is. But I will be watching Detroit, Dallas. Like I want to see that. I want to see CD cuss out Dak again. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see the game? He walk on the sideline. The camera zooms in. He say with that whack ass throw, that bullshit, and Dak just like this. It's a problem there. I'm telling you. CD ain't got, the day CD's mama tweeted, Dak ain't it? He lost all respect for Dak. He be walking past his locker, just knock over his shit. Dak have his food, he just tip his tray. What you gonna do, punk? Give me that. You gonna drink that milk? Give it to me. If I whip your ass. He's like, they doing Dak like that in the locker room, just getting punked.
I want to mention one more game. I want to talk about I don't want to talk about it. I'm just going to mention it because we got to move on. But Tampa Bay at New Orleans, I kind of want to see that too.
That's going to be good. But Derek Carr is hurt. So
Spencer Rattler gets his first start.
Yeah, that's another reason why I want to see it. I want to see what Rattler does, like how this works out for them, or if it does at all. But I mean, Tampa Bay is coming off a loss, right? So I want to see how that game shakes out. And last but not least, my Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Raiders. I have no idea how this is gonna go.
Well, because I don't either. Because I mean, where are they playing in Los Angeles? I didn't know there was a Los Angeles Raiders team.
Or Las Vegas, sorry.
So definitely in Vegas. That's gonna be great.
Thank you for calling me out. Facts. I'm old school. Okay.
You ain't
now
lied.
You know what? What's that?
I said no. You ain't lied. I still call it the Raiders. I still call the Chargers San Diego.
Yeah, this is the way it is. You know what I mean? Deal with it. Great. So that was our Friday night picks. Hey, hopefully you go out there and you take some advice and you put some money on it. If you win it, you owe us some money. Let's move on quickly. I want to talk about the NBA season. It is right around the corner, as we all know, and you can tell by all the people on this panel that the NHL just started on Wednesday. Does anybody care here? No, but you will.
Rangers did some work though.
6-0.
All right, so maybe you'll see. I mean, the Leafs are still yet to win, so maybe you'll see us with. No, wait, I think we won last night. I don't know why I'm calling us we. I'm not even a Leafs fan, but you will see me wearing a Leafs hat because I got two baddies the other day, so we'll see.
Their color scheme
is it with the one with that racist guy on the hat?
I don't wear that hat anymore. I gave it away to a racist. Quickly, let's talk about the 2024-2025 NBA season that is upon us. It is coming around the corner so quick. There's been a ton of preseason games. There are no indication of how good or bad teams are going to be, except if you're Washington, they're going to be bad. I want you guys to predict your MVP. I only want one name, two names max, and then we're going to move on. So let's go around the horn. Let's start with Caleeb. Who do you got as your preseason predicting your NBA season MVP for 2024-25?
Damn. You know who I really think is going to be? I think the Joker's going to win it.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, I think because he already has two. He'll get three. I think so.
He has three.
He has three.
He has
won 2 in a row.
Because you know the NBA is politics, right? Like they won't give it to who.
Did he just win right now?
He won it last year, and then he won.
No, he didn't. He didn't win it last year, did he?
He won it
I thought he didn't win it last year.
Last year he won it, and then he didn't win it the year before. But the year before that, he won it.
So he's like literally the reigning MVP.
Yeah. So okay, well then he ain't gonna win it because I thought he won it the year before and not last year, which is why I thought
he didn't win it the year before. The year before that, he won
that was
2
Embiid
in a row.
It was Embiid.
Yeah, that was Embiid.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody like that. So let me think. It won't be Tatum. Don't worry about that. You know, that's an interesting one.
You think on it. Let's go, Wudi.
All right.
There were 3 finalists. It was Joker, Luka, and SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm gonna go with Luka. Actually, he is the youngest of the bunch. I think people were calling him out for his performance in the finals. A lot of people didn't even expect him to get to the finals. Honestly, It was a shock that they even got there. But this team, now that they saw that they could get there, I think there's a belief in that. You see it in fighting a lot, where somebody who, he's pretty solid, gets the belt, and now they think they're invincible. I think that is the type of Mavericks energy that they're getting, and they're getting a decorated champion in Klay Thompson in that locker room. I think they're all going to be feeling themselves, and Luka Doncic is going to reach the next level of play and become the MVP this season.
Ooh, okay, Gene.
I think the Mavericks actually take a step back. I don't think we'll see them do as well this year. You guys are going to be everyone's gonna be real surprised at my pick.
Oh my god.
Sam Darnold doesn't play basketball, so I don't know.
Wait, Woody, who do you think I'm gonna pick? I just want to know who Woody thinks I'm gonna pick.
Obviously, you're gonna go with. I mean, do you know that people play basketball outside of the state of New York?
That's where that's where I could say this, Woody. You don't know me at all. Maybe you know me too much, and you thought I was gonna zag instead, and I'm zigging, or vice versa. I have a feeling the league loves this guy. I can't stand him. I think his son is a punk. I think it's going to be Jason Tatum.
Wow.
As soon as he said that part,
a 4-year-old kid a punk.
I'm tired of seeing that kid flirting with Cassidy.
Shout out to Deuce. Shout out to Deuce. Don't listen to this man. Listen, you are great.
I'm tired of seeing Deuce on TV.
Okay.
We don't need to see him every post game.
Oh
we
my
need to see this
God.
kid every post game.
That is so. I thought you were gonna say LeBron and talk about Bronny, right?
Bron
You're
hasn't
gonna
won in-
say
Bron
that
hasn't
about
won in
a
10 years.
4-year-old kid who just loves his daddy. Oh my God, Jesus,
Do I
stop
need to
it.
see him every
Stop
post
it.
game? Do I need to see him every Celtics post
It's
game?
ridiculous.
Every Celtics post game, I need to see this brat.
yeah, because he's there.
Nobody
He's a
said
brat.
that when Ken Griffey Sr. used to have Ken Griffey Jr. in the Reds clubhouse and all of that. You know what I'm saying? When Pete Rose had his son Lil Pete there. Nobody said that.
When Del
I was
Curry had
5 years
Steph
old
Curry
when
up
Ken
here in
Griffey Jr.
Toronto.
was hanging out in the clubhouse.
I'm just saying that's wrong. That
Here's the
ain't
thing.
right. Shout out to Deuce. Shout out to Deuce. But my pick.
I
You know
do
what
think
I'm
it's going to be Tatum.
I'm gonna go. It could be in politics again with the NBA.
And that's exactly what I think it is. I think they want to have him on that pedestal as
They do.
as the next great American basketball
They do.
player.
That's what they
And
want.
I think you'll see him. I think
They
you'll see him
do.
this year.
They do. That's a true statement. I'm gonna go with Giannis, barring injury, because I think this year I think he'll be back. No, seriously. I think because if he doesn't get hurt, Giannis, and of course we all know what I say about that. But for the sake of argument, if my auntie had balls, he would be the MVP because he's ridiculous. Like he could do everything, offense, defense, all that. And without him, that team is nothing. You know what I mean? Even with big game time, all the Dame time, all that. Listen, Giannis. So barring injury, I think it could absolutely be the Greek Freak. That's what I'll say. Oh, and real quick. This is nothing political or nothing, because I'm just talking about as a character. I love Donald Trump as a character, right? You'll probably be with it. This dude is in Detroit, and he says America is going to end up like Detroit if Harris wins.
He also lied and said he was voted Man of the Year
in a
Detroit.
rally in Detroit. They're kind of like. Listen, he is the gift that keeps on giving. I swear to God, you can't get no better than that.
Wild.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He also
as a
lied
character,
and said that he won Man of the Year in Detroit, and they fact checked it, and they're like, "There's never even been an award for that." What are you talking about?
there will be now. There will be now. Like that's what I mean. That dude, he'll say anything. It makes his character. It's like almost unbeatable.
Listen, if I worked on SNL, I'd vote for him only because he gives me great material
all day long.
You got a full season when he's around. Full four seasons actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say SGA. I'm gonna stay patriotic. I think this year is gonna be his year. I think Oklahoma City. I think they're gonna be nasty. I don't know if they're gonna win the coveted Larry O.B., but I just think they're on track to be a very successful team, at least in the immediate future. Give them another 2-3 years, maybe. But I think SGA's got a real good chance at this. Again, barring injury, but obviously we say that about all the athletes that we talk about. And we are heading to the finals. I want to ask you guys if there's anything that we missed. I was reminded that the MLB playoffs is knee deep, and if you haven't been watching, it's been very exciting. I'm not a baseball guy, but truth be told, watching some of these teams play, it's been wild watching those Mets come through and just like dominate over Philly. And Philly had a bad second half of the second half of the season. So they were coming in very, very low, but the Mets just heated up at the right time.
Lindor and Pete Alonso.
Yeah, and
like,
you got
like,
Yankees.
like
Vientos.
straight up. And let me tell you, and the Yankees, what they did last night, like ice the Royals, done with them. And the Dodgers got a game tonight. They got a game. Listen, it is do or die. Could you imagine if they lose with all that money
Padres,
you done
man.
spent?
Those
Listen,
Padres are fun to watch.
Huh?
Those Padres are fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. And they are the Dodgers kryptonite. Like they beat the Dodgers way more than what they should. Like way more. You know what I mean? So tonight is not a guarantee. But so it's going to be interesting to watch. And me being here in LA, you know, it's going to be on every channel at every place. And everybody, you know, and I'm not a big fan of baseball. And the same with you, Nigel. Only in October can I really watch it because it means something. So it's going to be interesting to see. But if I hope to God the Dodgers don't lose. That's what I will say. That's what I hope.
I'm not gonna lie. The last time I watched baseball, not in person, like I can go to a game, like bring me to the stadium. Yeah,
that's how I am with hockey.
Yeah, hockey too. Yeah,
I can go to a hockey game.
I can go to any arena and let's have a good time. But to say on TV, let me turn the channel. Give me that remote, man. What are you talking about? Recently I have watched the Mets. My grandfather is 93 years old, and after each win, he's calling me up. Did you see the game? Did you see the game? I'm like, Gramps, take a breath, man. Take a breath, because I'm out here. We need more years of you, We need more years. And he's like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna breeze at the parade. He is super excited. A Subway series could happen. It could happen. I don't know. What I will say is just that human element. Caleeb always talks about it. I try to echo that sentiment because I believe strongly in it. Right now, these Mets believe, man. Yeah. You gotta believe. They believe. So I feel like they are definitely just a dangerous enemy to go against right now.
No, what's really crazy to that point, real quick. So Lindor is up to bat. Bases are loaded, right? They put up the stat. In this position, when he's up to bat with bases loaded, he was like 1 for 11, like for a hit. No home runs, nothing, right? All of this, it's like crazy. I think he's down 2 in the count. At least he had 2 strikes. It wasn't full count, but I know he had 2 strikes. And then bye-bye. Bases cleared. Like not dead center, but like off to the that's left field. So like center left. Man, right over the thing. I'm like, that's what I'm talking. Like that's how these things happen. When he's not supposed to, and it's so sad. I saw the picture, and they put the camera on him. Yeah. On the picture did, he spit, grabbed his hat. I was like, clear as day. He said, fuck, like he was good. But you know what I mean? Like that's what I love about it. Like that's what makes it fun to watch it in those situations. You know what I mean? Like I can do that. So it's gonna be, like I said, I'm looking forward to these series, but I gotta give Lindor props for that one. He be wearing beads in his hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, you can't get his leg. Like, I'm like, go ahead, boy. Multi-millionaire with beads.
October MLB energy is like nothing else. Like it really is just all of a sudden everything just heightens tenfold. Like you'll get that energy at an NFL, a regular season NFL game, but like in baseball, it's just like a next level. And you know what? Yeah,
I was just saying they make me think of this year's Mets team. Really makes me remember the '96 Yankees team where they just found magical ways to win. That's what the Mets are doing. The Mets are on this magical run, and I do think we very well could see the Subway Series. I think the Yankees are better than the 2 teams that are left in the AL. But the Mets scare me.
Yeah,
the Mets scare me. They could. I mean, they didn't lose to the Yankees all year. They beat them in they were undefeated against them in the regular season. They scare me this year as far as being a Yankee fan, but I think they very well could go to the World Series. There's just something magical right now going on in Queens.
I think they play the winner of the Dodgers.
They do, yeah. Well, it is indeed spooky season, Gene. So thanks for that little segue. It is October. Halloween is right around the corner, but today is a day where you get to enjoy it with some family. Up here in Canada, it is the Thanksgiving weekend. Whether you partake or you do not, please enjoy family Tell them that you love them. That is on Monday, so we have a national holiday up in here. Fellas, I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody who's watching, whether you're on YouTube or X or any other of the socials. And thanks for your comments. Thanks for shouting out. Make sure you tune in here again next Friday. That's how we do it. Next Friday, noon Eastern. At least we try to be, because guess what? Your boy's a little tardy because I bought a couple hats today. With any other parting words, Caleb, what do you have to say? Weekend words.
I say it every week. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I should end with you every time. I know you're going to do it. Wudi, weekend words.
Just want to shout out this channel real quick. The pop-off since coming to Uptown Sports TV. This is our highest viewership that we had, pretty much over 200 viewers the whole way through.
Thank you.
So definitely a shout out to all you guys, like, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everybody. Yeah, let's go. Whatever teams you got rooting for, October, in my opinion, is the best month for sports. So just keep on enjoying.
Gene, weekend words?
Yeah. You know what? So me and my wife are talking. We're having a hard time between working and this and that. We figured we're thinking about maybe hiring a maid to keep the house clean. So I do want to extend this to Robert Saleh. If anybody out there knows him, I know he's looking for work. Mr. Saleh, we do need some. You know what? We can even get you one of those little maid outfits like we seen LeBron wearing it at that Diddy party that time. Mr. Saleh, if you're looking for work, I got you.
He just got a cease and desist.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The one time I say see you next week, I don't know if we'll be around next week. Thanks to Gene. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. We will talk to you later. This has been the Pop Off. I'm Nigel. That's Wudi. That's Gene. That's Caleb. Peace, y'all.